All studios. This is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
One of the most impressive groups in our community is the Royal Dames, and what's impressive about them is that they are so successful in their fundraising campaigns. Oh my gosh. We've met quite a few of the ladies from the Ocala Royal Dames, and we've met Zalak before, and we get to meet Elly again. I think I met Elly once before, and Elly is in there. I don't know how old Elly is, but we're going to find out, I think. She's got the cutest smile. Look at that beautiful smile.
7.
How old?
7.
7? Okay. Well, so we're going to talk about the Ocala Royal Dames Tailgate fundraiser, and this is an opportunity for all of us to help out these ladies who are always involved in a great cause, which is, of course, to find a cure for cancer. This is August 10th at the Country Club of Ocala, and I'll let Ann talk about the rest of it. Let's see. Ann, you are a member of the Ocala Royal Dames for Cancer Research, co-chair of the 2020 Tiara Ball fundraising event, and a spokesperson for the Ocala Royal Dames for Cancer Research.
Totally have never chaired a ball, but thanks for believing in me.
There you go. I had a lot to read there. So how are you, Ann? Nice to meet you. See you again.
Yes,
I know we've met before.
It's great to be here. We love you guys. We love your station and what you do for our community, too. So the tailgate party is like an extra added event, and it's like nothing else that we do as Dames for Cancer Research. This is totally casual. What do we wear, Elly?
Jeans and a jersey.
Right, it's jeans and jerseys. It's
Nice.
Tailgate food.
Jeans and jerseys?
Yeah, it's brats and barbecue, and at the Country Club of Ocala, we play a little cornhole if you like.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're going to have a new thing. We're going to have some vendors this year, maybe bring in some trucks by so that people can get some ideas for their own tailgating.
Nice.
Really excited about that. But what I love about being a Royal Dame for Cancer Research is that we raise a lot of money for really important work.
You really do.
And we have a great time while we do it. Like, it's the only place I've ever been where I can have such a good time.
So can I go if I don't have a tailgate?
Yes, everyone should come. Most people who show up really like football, but even if you don't, if you like dancing, if you like having a good time, if you like silent auction items and raffles, like we have got so many this year, that room is going to be packed with things that you can win.
So let's talk about the serious part of what you do, and then we'll get back to the fun stuff, okay?
Sure.
So you raise money to find a cure for cancer.
We do. We fund research and education, and here's why it's so important, because there is a missing piece in our healthcare, right? Between the new cutting-edge technology and the care that can be funded by your insurance. And in the middle is what you need. You need the newer stuff, because technology is advancing faster than what the FDA can approve so that your insurance can cover it. And so what happens when you get a diagnosis? Do you want the new care or do you want the old care? We all want the new care.
Sure, of course.
Right? And so that only happens when you've got groups in your community funding research projects.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that made a connection directly to the patient.
Directly to the patient. Yes, it funds improvements in the future for the long term. But this saved the life of my nephew up in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Tell me what happened.
There that did something similar. He was born with neuroblastoma at 3 weeks old. It was diagnosed.
Wow.
And usually it is really hard to recover from that and to have like a long life expectancy. But because he was able to get in a research project and get individualized care from some of the best physicians in the world, they use the word recovery. Not even remission. He's 10 years old. His birthday is today. It's August 1st. Happy birthday, Nolan.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah, and it's so awesome.
So the funding that was available would not have been available had it not been for your counterpart up in Michigan, you said?
They're a group that does what we do as dames. So when I came down here, I said, I'm finding a group that does this.
Okay, gotcha.
To pay it forward, I'm going to do it too.
Right.
That's how I became a dame.
So, and the fun part about all of the things you do is that you include us, the rest of the community, and all we have to do is have fun.
Yeah, just come and have fun.
Right?
Because we're 100%
Elly agrees.
organization. We take nothing off the top. It all goes to Shands or Moffat,
Yeah.
which is where we're going to go if we need that kind of care.
Do you have a tiara?
I do have a tiara, but we don't all have tiaras. I'm a little...
Elly, do you have a tiara? You do have a tiara?
Yes, Elly has 2 tiaras.
Nice.
Do you ever wear it just because? Yeah,
We've washed dishes in ours before.
Oh, that's cool.
Are you looking for any items still for your auctions?
I think our auctions are really packed out, but what we want are people. So it's $75 a ticket. We want you to come and enjoy yourself with us and have a great time. We also have sponsorship packets. You can go right to our website, Ocala Royal Dames for Cancer Research. Make sure you go to the Ocala site. There are some sister organizations down south, but it won't say Ocala. You want the
So the
Ocala
website is
Royal.
Ocala Royal Dames for Cancer Research.com? Is
That's
that all of those words? Okay.
Yeah, we got a lot of words.
Okay, it's okay.
And we're redoing the website. So if you come back in a few months, it's going to be much more fabulous, but it's going to get the job for us done now. And we're going to be able to make that opportunity for people to get the new care that will save their lives, and they'll have a Nolan story of their own.
And you're talking about table decorating also.
Yes,
This event.
that's so much fun. And our sponsors, normally there's like a fee for that, and it's for the sponsors, but they've been so gracious. They've waived it. They said anyone who buys the majority of the tickets for their table. So if you bought 5, even if you bought 4, but that's everyone else is just a couple, a 2-person, you have the option of decorating your table in your favorite football team, NFL or college, and it can be in the contest.
Oh, how wonderful.
And we've got some great prizes. You're going to get first of all, you're going to get a prestigious ribbon. And second of all, every person at your table is going to get a gift from us.
Really?
Oh, that is amazing.
Really? Are you going to gift
Absolutely.
wrap the gift?
Probably not. Very casual. This event is very casual.
So we want to ask people if they want to be sponsors, right?
Sure,
So
yes.
Explain what the different levels are. Yeah. Oh, do you need that?
I need the
Okay.
piece of
Okay,
paper.
sorry.
Right ahead.
We've got the homecoming queen, king and queen, and that is a full table, and it's $1,500. And then we have the homecoming court at $1,000. You get 6 tickets, or a quarterback and cheerleader, and that's 2 tickets. And even if you can't come, we've had a lot of friends who can't come. They still want to support us because they know it's going to save lives.
Right.
Could be theirs or their grandchildren's.
That's right. Somebody you care about, sure.
Right. So $250, and you can still be a sponsor. You'll get recognized on our recognition board. And I'm the MC of the event, so I'm going to say your name and
You're a
make
good
sure
MC.
it gets out there.
You got a lot of energy. I like that.
Thank you.
Is this going to be indoors?
It's indoors at the Country Club of Ocala. So we're going to have a great venue. It's going to be very comfortable. And again, even if you just want some tickets, $75 for a ticket.
And when people are there, are you going to have guest speakers telling their story?
We're going to have a DJ, a really excellent DJ, and then and I'm going to share some of the stories. So I'm sort of the speaker.
Can you share one right now? I want to hear a story.
Well, we usually talk about Nolan. And also we talk about moving the chains against cancer. And
Moving the what?
Moving the chains against
chains.
cancer.
Okay,
That's right.
okay.
It's one step at a time, one movement at a time. Last year's Tailgate, it really did move the chains. We were able to fund 5 research projects instead of the historical 4.
Wow.
So
wow.
we basically funded an entire research project for a year from just this one event.
Does the research that you raise money for go on the national level, or is it local hospitals that get the research?
It is local. It's only Shands and Moffat.
Oh, okay.
So it is right here. The dollars that you spend with us, it all goes to our community. Again, we take nothing off the top. We're a 100% volunteer organization. And it all goes right here, Shands and Moffat, where we're going to...
Do you think we're going to see a cure for cancer in Elly's lifetime?
Absolutely. I really think it's possible in mine. I've done the math, and we just need a little bit more. If just a few more people would catch
Seems like there's always something
and share with
optimistic, right? There's always something in the news that makes you want to believe that we're there, we're close,
We're getting
right?
close. You know, we're even in Shands right now. It's as far as I know, it's the first time I've ever heard of it, but they are actually even looking into essential oils. So some natural cures for cancer. Yes, as a cure for cancer.
Topical.
Yes, well, because we know that there are benefits to these things, the herbals and the natural side of life, but we also know they create some difficulties as well. Like quite often they make cells resistant to traditional treatments. And so figuring out that interplay and breaking it apart is what that new researcher that we just funded is going to do at Shands. And it's going to be fantastic because we're not going to then be faced with, either chemotherapy or a natural treatment, but you mix it at home in your own kitchen and you don't know what the result's going to be. Right? That's a bad idea. Don't mix stuff in your own kitchen when it comes to treating cancer.
Right.
But I think hasn't it been frustrating? It's been frustrating to me, like long term, to say I only have one option, and I hear that there's other options, but I'm not sure if they're safe for me.
Well, there's immunotherapy also added to the mix, and I don't even know that I understand exactly what that is. But do you? I mean, can you help us understand
I am
that?
not a doctor.
No, okay. Me either. But,
and that's the great thing is we can help cure cancer and we don't have to be.
That's right. We can have fun at the same time, right?
That's right.
How do you select your research groups to fund?
We have a great board. I do not have the pleasure of serving on this board, but I believe Patricia Sokol had that up. Forgive me, dames, if I didn't mention all the names. You're all great ladies.
You're the only one who can get away with that, dames.
You've got over 200 days.
We do. We're a large organization of great ladies. And then she's got a board of members, and then also we work with doctors. We've got a board of doctors that partner with us also. So when we get in the grant proposals, we've got some experts, some specialists on it, and they go through it together, and we find the ones that we believe in that will give us hope for the future. We've done Keytruda, if you've heard of that drug. That is available now, and it's a mainstream treatment. Actually, the doctor may even get a Nobel Peace Prize. I would not be surprised. And from treating melanomas, it's so revolutionary. And we seeded the money for that research.
Nice.
It's a big deal. It happened because right here in our community.
So, Elly, what are you going to do when you grow up? Are you going to be as energetic as your mom? She's a powerful lady, isn't she?
A dame and...
You're going to be a dame?
What else?
And a mayor.
She wants to be the mayor of Ocala.
The mayor?
That's an interesting question to a lovely young lady. I believe in you, girl.
So when you are choosing the research groups, that committee, that is, do some of them... I'm sure that they all touch everybody's heart, but you can only have enough money for a certain number of it. So then do you look forward to the next year and the year after and keep those groups in the back of your mind?
There's always new research. And so, no, it's kind of like we either have enough money to fund what we can fund and life goes forward. And that researcher is not going to sit around for 2 years and just wait. They're going to go do their interns and their clinicals somewhere, and they won't get to do. They won't get to try their idea. Unless someone seeds your money, it's opportunity is about timing. So unless someone funds it at the right time, at the right place, in the right way, then they just go do something else.
Do you have other organizations in the country contact you to find out what they could do to be more successful at their campaigns?
That would be fantastic. I do not know. The president would know that question.
Yeah. So let's
I make sure parties are fun. You're asking me really serious questions, and I make sure parties are fun.
So we want to remember the dates, and we want to know how to get in touch with everybody we need to get in touch with to become sponsors. So let's do the sponsors again real quickly. You kind of went through it real quick. There's the $250 level, the $500 level, the $1,000 level, and the $1,500 level. And it looks like each one gives you a certain number of tickets and recognition, which is what sponsorship is usually about, right? Recognition.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you're interested in being a sponsor, who would they call? Who would the person call? It's
right here. You would call Helen Green at 352-615-5600. And we also have her. Can we put it up on the website?
Sure, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then we also have her email if you need to contact, or you can contact us directly at our website.
Okay, let me just say her email for the radio listeners.
Okay.
It's HNR Green with an E at the end. HNR Green at gmail.com. Okay. And you can call us. Just call us if you need any of that repeated. We'll make sure that we put this information on the YouTube video, so you'll be able to see it real easy.
And this event is also inclusive for all ages. Like if you have a family and you want to bring your
We are
children
bringing our
to-
13-year-old son.
Excellent.
I think
Excellent.
What's his name?
his name is Carl the Fourth.
Carl the Fourth.
It's a good name in our family. So there are some teens there, but it's mostly teen and adult.
And it's very, very good for the children to know that there are some other people in this world that are ill, and that there is some type of research going on to fix them, and that could actually bounce them in a career format in the medical field.
Sure, and that's where we need talent. So that would be great. Also, I wanted to mention the photon therapy at Shands. We also
What is that?
it's a revolutionary way to treat breast cancer that minimizes the damage to the heart because the
wow.
chemotherapy is far more targeted due to the use of photons. And how they use photons to do that, again, it's not it's not in my preview. But
Photon therapy.
yeah. But it's really been
Sounds like science fiction. Doesn't all of it sound like science fiction if you think about it?
That's
right?
the age we live in. It's
Because
a
we
great
are.
thing.
We're living the times that were predicted, I guess, through science fiction writers at one time, right?
But that's up at Shands, and that's saving so many lives for breast cancer treatment.
And you had said earlier that sometimes people try to make things on their own to treat themselves. And with the internet, people try to self-diagnose, but you really are encouraging people to go see their physician.
Yeah, we have great expert care, in part due to the Royal Dames here in our community at Shands and at Moffitt, and in part due to other great partners that work with those universities. We have great talent right here locally. Yes, please, if you're not sure, if you found something lumpy, please go get it checked out. There's people who's going to care for you.
Yeah. So tell me, music and dancing, I get that. The cornhole. Now, how do you win? Is that a game?
That's a game.
And how do
you
you
get the
win?
boards, and
Yeah?
they have a hole, and you got a bean bag.
Corn?
Used to
And
be full of
corn?
corn, I guess.
Okay, filled with corn.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then you
uh-huh.
toss it, and you try to get it through the hole.
Okay. Are you good at this, Elly? Are you good at it?
Are you good at it? Elle?
You are.
Better than her mother, that's for sure.
So how do you get to be good at that? Do you do it a lot?
Yes.
I know that you have different raffles going on and things, but if a person wants to come and just experience all of the fun, can they also make donations while they're there, just to make a donation? To the Royal
Absolutely.
Dames?
Absolutely. When it comes to cancer research, anybody and everybody can be involved. This disease does not play favorites. Anybody and everybody is involved. So why not be a part of the answer?
Go ahead.
And you also have support groups for the families because this affects everybody, not
They
just
do,
the patient.
and if you're a dame too, we take such good care of our own. Like they get sent cards. If you suffer, if at any point you end up with this dreaded disease, we follow up with them. You know, we care.
$75 a person. And is there anything else we can do to help you?
I'm so excited that you're going to put it on your website.
Okay.
And everything that you've done for us today. You guys can come if you'd like.
Okay, absolutely. Let me ask the listeners if you could share the video that we're making right now to spread the word a little bit to those who might not know about it. It'd be a fun event, and you might want to call somebody up and say, "Hey, I heard about this cool little tailgate fundraiser. Let's go to this and see if we can help." Everybody knows somebody who was affected by cancer.
Absolutely, and that's my story. This was the first event that I showed up at.
And do you and the other Royal Dames, do you take a tour of Shands and Moffitt?
Yes, and we host a shop talk at CF, and that's free
What
to the public.
So when does that happen, and what is exactly Shop Talk?
They're periodically throughout the year. I don't have the next date. But I've been to some, and they're really fantastic. And what we do is we bring in some of our research and our doctors, and they tell you what the new cutting-edge procedures are and what the outcomes are becoming for different cancers that affect our community.
And it's very emotional for this, and it's really wonderful that you yourself, Ann, and all of the other Royal Dames make themselves available to talk.
Thank you.
Individually on a one-on-one basis.
Oh, absolutely. If you can show up at any of our meetings, we want to hear your story. We want to spend some time with you.
Do you think men are less likely to talk about their medical circumstances than women?
Well, until they get around us girls.
And then they open up?
Yes, that's been my experience. I think maybe if a man stays all by himself, then that would be the case.
How many events do you actually have a year?
We really only have the Tiara Ball every year. And that's a highly formal, very fun if you're like Elly and I and you like wearing your tiaras. You've gone to a tiara ball. And she loved the little pinafores. Ate them all up.
Oh, those are good.
Yes, they're very good. So this tailgate we've started to do kind of on a biannual basis. So that tends to be how it's trending. That's all we have. So as far as big events, now we've got membership, little parties at a friend's house to get membership and to engage that way. And we've got shop talks that are informative, and we take tours of the universities. So we do those kinds of things more often than an event.
Is there a football theme at this event?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, jeans and jerseys.
Okay, gotcha.
So we'll be.
Is Carl a football player?
He played actually a defensive tackle at the University of South Florida. So we are Go Bulls. Our table will be green and gold, and there'll be space for someone if they want to come sit with us.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful.
Very good.
Excellent.
And thank you so much for what you do, and just for coming in here and sharing it with us. And Elly, I don't think I ever met somebody as sweet as you. How did that happen? How did you get to be so sweet?
How did you get to be so sweet?
My mom.
Your mom? Yeah.
Of course.
That had nothing to do with it, right? Just being funny. Hey, thank you both. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you, guys.
All right, and we'll continue to make sure we mention this. August 10th, just to repeat, Saturday, August 10th, 6 till 11 at the Country Club of Ocala. Participate in the Tailgate fundraiser if you can sponsor. There are several different levels running from $250 up to $1,500. All of them are great. All of them will give you a lot of exposure, but more importantly, all of them will lead to research for cancer. Thank you. And thank you, Helen, if you're listening. We'll be right back.
All studios. This is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Time Out Billiards and Grill. That's right, Billiards and Grill. Located on Pine between the police department and Rawhide in Ocala. Come in and enjoy some great food from the grill 12 till 8 p.m. Then shoot some pool anytime from 12 noon till 2 a.m. Time Out Billiards and Grill even has happy hour from 2 till 7 p.m.